Hey, it's Nancy from Nancy Chu Homes at Keller Williams and J Metro Group. So it's here. We've experienced the first real rate hikes since 2018. We're going to be at the highest levels since then. And we're expecting 6 more interest rate bumps this year, with 3 more in 2023. So this means higher borrowing costs on goods, including houses. And we're all doing this to avoid recession by hopefully slowing down the economy. So this means mortgage interest rates will be at 6% by the end of this year, 2022, okay? The Feds feel that the economy is strong enough to handle a tighter monetary policy, which is what they're calling it. So it is time to raise interest rates and reduce the $9 trillion of bonds that it's holding right now. Now, even before Russia invaded Ukraine last month, consumer inflation was running at almost 8%, okay? So oil prices had skyrocketed because post-COVID restrictions lifted, and demand for oil just recovered way more than expected. So we've had to impose sanctions on Russia for starting a totally unprovoked war. And so we're looking at a sharp rise in global commodity prices, guys. And for economists, they're looking at downgrading the future growth of the world economy from this. Anyway, oil prices have definitely sort of retreated a little bit in the last few days. I got super excited. I drove past $4.09 last night, and I was like, "Oh, it's gone down." I think that's partially because China's been dealing with a new round of COVID cases, so maybe they've let their foot off the demand. Listen, I think that oil prices are going to stay high for a while, but the truth is inflation is bad for consumers, okay? So rising interest rates means a higher cost to borrow, including higher mortgage rates, higher student loans, and higher credit card interest charges. So now, these interest rates, what they do is they serve to slow down demand, all right? And it could result in declining inflation in demand-driven categories in home, for instance, like home buying or car buying or, but anything where you have to borrow money. So how does this affect our local market? Well, I don't know, for about 8 weeks now, I would tell you that we've been kind of holding our breath. A lot of people have been holding off on moving. They're waiting to see what happens in the world. But as I said last week, I think they're about to lift that breath. They're about to release it, and they're going to start moving again because sadly, people acclimatize to war, and they acclimatize to living with a pandemic. So they're going to start resuming the natural needs that they have in the next phases of their life. But I'm going to tell you, a 6% interest rate by the end of the year, it's going to knock out a lot of sellers in our market. Because even though they can sell their homes for a lot of money, they won't necessarily be able to buy at the higher interest rate moving forward unless they're leaving the area and going someplace with potentially a significantly lower cost of living, okay? But the buyers that are out there who don't have anything to sell, they're still going to be there. And they need to purchase because they need stable shelter for their 2 kids and their dog named Finnegan. Anyway, we're going to see the wealth gap kind of continue to grow. But I ask you, how are you planning your financial future? Anyway, share and comment below. I'd love to see a discussion about all of this. And as usual, if you have any real estate related concerns, you are always welcome to reach out. I'll see you guys next week.